Well, I'm horrible.
There you go, you heard it here first. Thanks for being with us, everyone. Look forward to seeing you next time on The Chase Australia.
Tonight, the family dinner that ended in tragedy. A grandfather stabbed to death, his wife fighting for life, their grandson arrested. Joy and relief, a missing autistic boy found safe and well in freezing bushland. Fury after an unlicensed driver who ran over a police officer avoids jail. An anxious wait for fans to find out if they've made it into the historic lockdown showdown. SA's big chill. The city shivers through its coldest June night in 75 years. What's to come? And meet the jockey who fled crime-ravaged South Africa to be on a winner in Adelaide.
Live from Adelaide, 7 News with Jane Doyle.
Good evening. 7 News can reveal a dispute over a rice dinner triggered a violent attack that turned fatal at McLaren Vale. Police claim a 22-year-old man killed his grandfather before stabbing his grandma, who escaped just in the nick of time.
A young man and his proud grandpa. This was a bond that endured tumultuous times but always survived until last night, when 22-year-old Austin Smith turned from cherished grandson into accused killer.
Absolute shock and distress. Such a beautiful couple.
81-year-old Stan Broadwood stabbed to death in his McLaren Vale home while his injured wife watched on, helpless.
Stan and Mari as being the most beautiful couple. Mari's still alive, isn't she?
Remarkably, Mari Broadwood did survive. She was stabbed in the right shoulder but managed to flee. A neighbour found her at their door dripping with blood.
I feel sorry for her because she's obviously witnessed it all.
The 78-year-old told neighbours she'd been cooking dinner when their grandson demanded rice. When she told him she'd already made something else, it's alleged he flew into a rage.
I saw him being cuffed and taken away, and it looked like he wasn't sort of resisting or anything. He wasn't running away.
Family members have told 7 News Smith has a long history of mental illness. His grandparents only took him in a few weeks ago, desperate to help. At their beloved bowls club today, flags flew at half-mast.
Stan was a thorough gentleman, a man that would do anything for you.
Austin Smith appeared via video link here at the Magistrates Court this afternoon and didn't apply for bail. He's been remanded in custody until October while prosecutors mount a case against him. He only spoke once when the magistrate asked him if he had any questions. He replied, no. But so many questions remain for the heartbroken family left to pick up the pieces. Elspeth Hussey, 7 News.
A 14-year-old boy is back with his family tonight, finally safe after 2 nights lost on a mountain north of Melbourne in what police describe as life-threatening cold. The autistic teenager was found barefoot, cold and hungry deep in dense bushland, but just 1,500 metres from where he went missing.
Finally, Will Callahan back in the arms of his family. Alive and seemingly unharmed after 3 days lost in the bush, brought home by a mammoth community effort involving hundreds of emergency workers and volunteers.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful. You're all amazing.
For Will's mum, Penny, overwhelming relief.
I didn't believe it. I just thought, I can't imagine what he's been feeling and going through.
Will was found just before midday, spotted by volunteer Ben Gibbs, just 1.5 kilometres from where he was last seen.
About 15 metres from me, just standing there. He's really angelic.
Will was barefoot, wearing just a jumper and tracksuit pants.
He wasn't shivering too bad. He didn't have socks on, so I put some socks on him and a jacket, and I gave him some chocolate.
Mr Gibbs grew up in the area and knows the mountain well. He says he saw the markers made by searchers yesterday and on instinct travelled deeper into the bush.
I'm the one who stumbled across him, but everybody found him. All of the volunteers and all of the search and rescue.
The effort was extraordinary. Police, SES, CFA, bush rescue, search and rescue dogs. and dozens of ordinary Victorians searching, simply wanting to help. Laurel Irving, 7 News.
And now with an update on young William's condition, here's Paul Dowsley.
Jane, he is in such good shape that he won't be here for long. Doctors expect him to leave in the next few hours. He arrived here just after 3 this afternoon in the back of an ambulance with his mum right by his side, his stepdad in the front passenger seat. He was checked over by doctors who have described his condition as quite incredible and say he is doing remarkably well.
He's got a couple of abrasions on his feet and 1 or 2 on his face or ear. But other than that, he's looking pretty good. As expected, we think he should hopefully be able to go home later this evening.
We understand he has asked for McDonald's. He can either get that at the hospital here, there's an outlet here, or maybe on the way home later tonight. But certainly one thing he is looking forward to, Jane, is a soft, warm bed tonight.
Great result. Thanks, Paul. A planned second Black Lives Matter protest will not go ahead after police threatened to crack down on those who took part. Live now to Andrea Nicholas. And Andrea, organisers had little option, really.
They didn't really have a choice, Jane, when authorities got on the front foot and refused to grant an exemption for another rally this coming Saturday. Organisers were told in no uncertain terms they faced fines or arrest if the event breached coronavirus social gathering laws. That would have almost certainly happened with 6,000 attending the last rally. The conveners today released a statement saying due to the extraordinary circumstances and pressure, they didn't feel they could proceed with the demonstration as planned. It went on to say they didn't accept the government has done anything to address the concerns of the movement, and they reserve the right to protest again at another time. For those who think authorities are putting out mixed messages with the showdown happening just a few hundred metres down the road, there is a very clear difference. A strict social distancing policy will be in place at Adelaide Oval, unlike what we saw here at Victoria Square last weekend. Jane?
Thanks, Andrea. And by this time tomorrow, footy fans will know if they're among the lucky few heading to Showdown 48. The all-important ticket ballots finally underway, sparking a warning to would-be scalpers.
Saline Palmer hasn't missed a showdown in 15 years and she doesn't want to start now.
That would just be amazing to say that we were there.
She's entered the ballot, desperate to be in the stands on Saturday night.
We're going to be one of 2,000 people. So it's one of those gold tickets that you'll never throw out.
With 28,000 eligible members, she has a 1 in 19 chance.
Wow, everything crossed and hoping that they go, bing, you've got a ticket.
They'll be non-transferable and Port Adelaide warns anyone caught scalping will have their membership torn up.
That's not in the spirit of what this game is about, and we want people going there for the right reasons and not profiting off it in any way.
As the away team, the Crows only get 475 tickets. Winners will be notified by close of business tomorrow and they'll be allowed to take an eligible friend or family member, but they'll have to stick to strict seating plans to ensure social distancing.
For Crows fans who miss out on a ticket, this might be the next best thing. The club will show the game live on the big screen here at the Jeps Cross Drive-In. 300 cars will be allowed in with up to 5 people per vehicle. A separate ballot will decide who gets a Guernsey.
I should imagine when the Crows kick goals, there'll be plenty of horns tooting.
Forget footy pies and beer.
No, it's going to be choc tops and popcorn.
They'll be in for a horror movie if Saline has her way.
Go to the power! Come on!
Mark Mooney, 7 News.
The police associations condemned the suspended sentence handed to an unlicensed driver who deliberately ran down a policeman at an RBT station. They say the officer was seriously injured and the sentence sends the wrong message to the community.
An RBT station, New Year's Day 2019, but what happened next was far from routine.
Go! Get a fleet! Go to fleet, you It's dragged me off the road, Mick. Set an ambo for me.
Police had tried to flag down a Mazda sedan, but the unlicensed driver, Armand Quencia, refused to stop. When Senior Constable Samuel Petts tried to grab the keys from the ignition, Quencia kept driving. Officer Petts got dragged under his vehicle as the pastry chef took off with police in hot pursuit. Today, the 24-year-old walked from court with a suspended sentence, infuriating Police Association boss Mark Carroll.
We are very disappointed by the decision today to suspend this man's this criminal actions without a custodial sentence. We know that he doesn't play by the rules. We know that he has been on suspended sentences previously, that he was disqualified from driving when this occurred.
The court heard Senior Constable Pett suffered serious leg injuries and was so traumatised by the incident he even considered quitting the force.
This officer is lucky that the injuries didn't cost him his life.
I just thank everybody for the support, my family and colleagues.
The judge said she was mindful of the need to protect police while they're going about their duties in the community, but Quencia's actions were the result of a moment of immature panic with very serious consequences.
Quencia was sentenced to 2 years jail with a non-parole period of 12 months, which was suspended. Deanna Williams, 7 News.
Work on a sister building for Samri on North Terrace will start next month, creating around 1,000 construction jobs. Called the Australian Bragg Centre, the $500 million facility will host Australia's first proton therapy unit.
If you've got a cancer, say on a spinal cord, where you don't want to damage the spinal cord, then this will kill the cancer without causing any damage to the spinal cord.
So this is an Australian first, and it's going to be right here in the centre of Adelaide.
The building's scheduled to be finished by the end of 2023. Adelaide's in the chilly grasp of a record-breaking cold snap. We endured our lowest overnight temperature in more than 70 years, and the Bureau says it could be just the tip of the iceberg.
Adelaide's winter wonderland. Upper River Torrens more like an ice rink.
It's cold.
Water freezing before it hit the ground.
It was a shock. Absolutely shockingly cold.
Absolutely freezing. My hands are red as.
The cold air breathtaking. Fields of frosty grass in the city and a warm cuppa in order for those who braved the big freeze.
I'm wearing a really lovely parka that has a hood, a beret that's keeping everything warm, and lots of layers. So it was very cold.
So cold it was record-breaking, the lowest overnight temperature in the city in 75 years, with the mercury at West Terrace Weather Station dropping below 1 degree for the first time since 1944.
When the cloud clears and we have clear skies, the land has an opportunity to really cool down, and that's what we're seeing over South Australia through the last couple of days.
Early risers couldn't believe their eyes, but this was no joke. Ice blanketed cars, front lawns, vineyards, kids' playgrounds and toys.
The ground temperature could be a lot cooler than what we're recording, and as a result we are likely to see frost on cars and grass and things like that.
The Bureau says we better get used to freezing cold temperatures. In fact, we could smash another record low before winter ends. Some more prepared for that than others.
Well, compared to Scotland, this is like a very warm winter's day.
Rosie Barnett, 7 News.
His death sparked a global movement for justice and equality. Today, George Floyd was finally laid to rest in the US city of Houston. In an emotional and powerful service, the man his family knew as Big Floyd was remembered as leaders pledged to fight in his name for change.
Voices raised in song for the one who cried out for his life.
What's his name?
From loved ones, a final goodbye.
I just want to say to him, I love you, and I thank God for giving me my own personal Superman.
The Houston church packed for a celebration of his life and a call to action.
No more hate crimes, please. Someone said, make America great again. But when has America ever been great?
Until we know the price for black life is the same as the price for white life, we're going to keep coming back to these situations.
Presidential hopeful Joe Biden appearing by video message.
We cannot leave this moment thinking we can once again turn away from racism that stings at our very soul.
Before the service, a meeting sharing loss at the hands of police. Don Damon, fiancé of murdered Australian Justine, with George's former partner Roxy, hoping for change.
George and Justine will not have died in vain.
While the nation mourned, Donald Trump sparked outrage, tweeting a conspiracy theory about a 75-year-old protester knocked to the ground by police, pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. Could be a setup. Martin Gugino suffered a serious head injury, just now out of intensive care.
And if there was ever a reprehensible, dumb comment, and from the President of the United States.
As America looked to a golden coffin on its final journey, moments before he died, George Floyd called out for his mother and today was laid to rest beside her. In the United States, Paul Caddick, 7 News.
Still to come, our 7 News flashback. And tonight, we're getting out the share shoes and going back to the dawn of 10-pin bowling in Adelaide.
It gets you, doesn't it? Yes, it's a real disease more than a sport, I think. What a wonderful disease to have.
I used to go once or twice a week and try and have a roll them down and see if I could get a bit better. I had my moments at times.
The other side of Port Adelaide legend Jeff Motley coming up later on Flashback. A Zimbabwean-born jockey who fled crime-ravaged South Africa with his family has had his first taste of victory in Adelaide. Carl Zechner, his wife and young children moved to South Australia after a terrifying gunpoint robbery.
The moment months of hard work finally paid off.
Anguston wide are out. Carl Zechner's only ride and he's got it home.
When I crossed the line, it was like a monkey's off the back, and you know, it just took a whole weight off my shoulders.
I was just so proud of him. He works so hard.
32-year-old Carl Zechner and his young family relocated to Adelaide from South Africa late last year. He hadn't managed a city winner until Saturday.
It's hard work, but it really pays off.
Although this breakthrough was a long time coming, Carl's no stranger to success, riding several Group 1 victories in his former home.
Abo Sherry reigns supreme in the Gauteng Guineas.
It was a terrifying gunpoint robbery that fast-tracked the family's move to Australia. Lauren was driving with the couple's children when she was ambushed on a Johannesburg highway.
She pulled over. A man approached with a gun to her head, and she had my son in his arms.
I was very emotional, just because you have your kids and you feel very out of control when someone's got a gun around your children.
The Zechners couldn't be happier with their move to Australia.
And while riding his first winner here at Morphettville was a very special moment for Carl, he says it's only just the beginning and one day dreams of winning a Melbourne Cup.
I just got to work my way to it.
And late this afternoon, Zechner tasted victory again, winning aboard Australian Design at Strathalbyn. Tim Yateman, 7 News.
Good on him. Now it's time to check with Soda on what's coming up in sport.
Jane, 3 days until the Showdown, of course, as everyone knows, and the race is on for tickets, as we saw earlier. And we're going to catch up in sport with Ollie Wines, who says he's ready to put that shoulder to the test and take on the Crows. And Adelaide United want a local coach. And the man who looks to be a perfect fit, Damien Morey, has put his hand up, and we're going to hear from him too, and plenty more coming up in sport.
Sounds good. Thanks, Soda. Ahead on 7 News, demands for more action to prevent another tragic freeway accident. Also, Beijing's latest crack at Australia, warning off Chinese students. Costly outing, a German student pays for his night at the museum adventure. And Photoshop mystery, the buzz around an official Buckingham Palace image.
7 News, brought to you by Industry Superfunds.
I suddenly realized we're all in this together.
That feels especially true, given what's going on. It is good to know that our super will help us and our economy bounce back. And if you're with one of these, your super is invested in things that create jobs and keep Aussie businesses strong, delivering good long-term returns that benefit all of us. After all,
we're all in this together.
They're coming.
Oh my God!
Descending from the heavens.
Oh my God!
Another 4 housemates.
What is going on here?
And some are not impressed.
He will dominate every challenge. I'm scared of that.
Tonight.
Hold on!
A new challenge and a new eviction.
Flirting with me again?
No.
Okay, sorry.
New Big Brother, tonight 7:30 on 7.
Looking for a used car? Then get the Jarvis Jeps Cross. It's Adelaide's biggest range of used cars at the one location. You're bound to find what you want at just the right price.
Commodore SV6 11,888, 2018 Hyundai i30 16,888, Ranger 4x4 22,888.
All with the Jarvis free 3-year unlimited kilometre warranty.
MY19 Forester 27,888, MY19 ASX 19,888, Corolla Auto 10,888, Jarvis Jeps Cross.
Hurry! It's 5 p.m. Saturday.
Harvey Norman has everything you need for your home, including the very best of Australian-made bedding. Make a statement with gorgeous Australian-made timber and fabric beds and customise the fabric, colour and timber stain to suit your style. Our huge range features the best names in Australian-made mattresses and ensembles. Sealy, Sleepmaker, Beauty Rest, King Coil and Body Balance. Complete your sleep experience with beautiful Australian-made Manchester. All this, plus 60 months interest-free. Shop in our spacious stores, support local manufacturers and choose Australian-made. Now at Harvey Norman.
Australia, your dreams of adventure are coming true. So where will you go? The lake, the beach, or the hills? Don't go with the crowd, go your own way.
Because you can't get to the gym, we'll bring the gym to you. Bupa customers get 3 months access to 28 by Sam Wood on us. Bupa, because life happens. Learn more at bupa.com.au.
Looking for a used car? Then get the Jarvis Jeps Cross. It's Adelaide's biggest range of used cars at the one location. You're bound to find what you want at just the right price.
Commodore SV6 11,888, 2018 Hyundai i30 16,888, Ranger 4x4 22,888.
All with the Jarvis free 3-year unlimited kilometre warranty.
MY19 Forester 27,888, MY19 ASX 19,888, Corolla Auto 10,888, Jarvis Jeps Cross.
Hurry! It's 5 p.m. Saturday.
Tasty, affordable and delicious. What's for dinner in the next break with Coles?
The RAA is calling for $30 million in speed camera revenue to be used to build a third arrestor bed on the southeastern freeway. It says it'll save lives, but the state government shut it down.
These shocking scenes are forever etched in the memory of many. A runaway truck on the southeastern freeway taking 2 lives. 6 years on, the RAA's renewed calls for a third last chance arrestor bed closer to the intersection.
There's some opportunities with improved technology now available overseas to perhaps look at a dragnet type arrestor bed.
It says the safety ramp can be funded with the $30 million in fines the freeway's speed cameras have generated since the tragedy, but the state government says the proposal just won't work.
Tens and tens of options looked at about how we improve safety, but the third arrestor bed isn't something that stacks up.
With up to 50,000 motorists and truck drivers using the southeastern freeway every day, there's long been passionate debate on what needs to be done to improve safety and ease traffic congestion.
Moving about 55% of the trucks off the road and onto an alternate route behind the hills is probably the far greater safety gain.
All stakeholders agree it's also about education. Last year, close to 4,000 drivers across the state were fined for either tailgating or failing to keep left. $12 million has been committed to upgrading a bypass that'd take heavy vehicles straight from Murray Bridge to Truro. Lauren Rose, 7 News.
Relations between China and Australia have taken another turn for the worse, with Beijing warning students against coming here to study because of racism. It's terrible timing for our universities already under severe financial pressure because of the coronavirus pandemic.
Another salvo fired from Beijing, and this time our universities are the target.
Well, we disagree with it. Australia is an open and welcoming country. We are very popular with international students.
A communique from China's Ministry of Education describing discriminatory incidents against Asians, warning Chinese nationals to be cautious in choosing to study in Australia.
And they're really hoping that the universities are going to try and engage with our government to change policy. And yes, the short word for that is it's bullying.
This adding to a series of measures taken by China against Australia, including barley tariffs and blocking beef imports. International students a lucrative source of income for our unis under increasing financial pressure due to the coronavirus. From Sydney's UNSW, which fears a third of its $2 billion budget is at risk, we look forward to welcoming all of our students back to campus as soon as the travel restrictions allow them to. It could be argued fewer Chinese students will mean more places for local applicants, but the reality is very different. Often the higher fees paid by international students subsidises the cost of courses.
Chinese students are very welcome in Australia. They all put the lie to the claim of the Chinese Communist Party that this is an unsafe country for Chinese people.
Cameron Price, 7 News.
Colombian police have seized a giant haul of cocaine. 5 tonnes was found in containers in the port of Buenaventura. It was hidden inside a shipment of granulated rubber bound for Turkey and worth close to $300 million. As big as the bust is, police say it's only the biggest this year so far. After being on TV for 3 decades...
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
US reality police show Cops has been cancelled days before its 33rd season was to debut. The show had been put on hold during nationwide protests against police brutality, but Paramount Network has now confirmed it has no plans for Cops to return. And Buckingham Palace has released a rare photo to celebrate Prince Philip's 99th birthday, a low-key event at Windsor Castle. Her Majesty and the Duke have been living there during the COVID outbreak. We're told the photo was taken last week, but keen observers have noticed the Queen's hands appear photoshopped. There's no official explanation as to why. A German student has been fined $500 for his wild night at the museum last month. Paul Kuhn broke into Sydney's Australian Museum for a self-guided midnight tour, even taking selfies with his head inside a dinosaur skull. The 25-year-old was given a 12-month community corrections order. He's now returned a staff member's hat he wore during the escapade and apologised to the museum, saying he was drunk at the time. Still to come on 7 News, dedicated pathology clinics to keep vulnerable patients safe from coronavirus. Later, a special report on how to turn the tables on high credit card rates. Fallen idols, why many monuments are being taken down across Europe. And cleaning up crime, a super effort to brighten up the day of hospital patients.
The footy is back. And it starts with a Thursday night blockbuster.
You can't ask for more than that. These two teams, everyone here knows their history. Goes to another level. It's hard to get your head around it. Both teams absolutely desperate. Is this his big moment? Oh boy, here comes the pressure.
That's unbelievable! Collingwood and Richmond headline the season return.
Magnificent.
Starting Thursday. Go to the footy, live and free on 7.
Hi everyone, Courtney Ralston here, sharing another one of my favourite recipes with you from my home. Now I've got a spring in my step because this week the footy is back. Now for me, one of the best things to enjoy while watching the game is the good old Aussie beef pie. My delicious pie uses great value, everyday ingredients. This pie will easily feed 8 people and at around $3 per serve, it is fantastic value. All right, to kick things off, we need to heat some extra virgin olive oil in a pan, and I've got a large brown onion that I've just diced up, 3 or 4 carrots that I've just grated up. While the carrots are cooking off, I'm just going to run some celery through the grater as well. Give that a good season with some salt. All right, celery, onion, carrots are all softened down, smelling delicious. Just going to transfer them into my actual pie tin here. So I've got a couple of packs of Coles beef mince. great value for a pie. And I'm making a big pie because there's nothing better than leftover pie the next day. So I've got a kilo of beef mince. I'm going to put a good seasoning of black pepper in because I love black pepper in my pie. Give it a little pinch of sea salt, break up the beef until it's beautiful and browned off. About 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now if you're asking what makes this an Aussie beef pie, I've got a secret little ingredient, and that is some Vegemite. Alright, a couple of other key ingredients. Some Worcestershire sauce. We need some corn flour, and this is going to kind of thicken down and give us that beautiful gravy that we love in a pie. Alright, I'm now going in with about 1.5 cups of beef stock. Look at that, our little filling is blipping away over here. It is smelling so good. So our celery, onion, carrots goes back in with the mince. That's it. All I need to do now is to transfer our mixture into our pie tin. And we're going to let it cool slightly before we put on our pastry. Tuck in our corners. So I've just got a beaten up egg, and I'm just going to brush this over our pastry. Poke a little hole in the top of the pastry. All right, now my oven is set at 200 degrees. This is going to take around 25-30 minutes until you see that beautiful golden crust on the pie. Let's dig into that pastry. Look at that. I've got some peas just for some greenery, and I've got some homemade ketchup. You guys are gonna love this one, I promise. For this and loads more What's for Dinner recipes, head over to coles.com.au, and as always, go the Swans.
While the pandemic has been a stressful time for all of us, it's made those with serious health conditions all the more anxious. To help ease that worry, new dedicated pathology clinics have just opened for vulnerable patients.
13-year-old Adi Jar was diagnosed with acute leukemia last year. So when COVID-19 hit, Mum Sangeeta was extra cautious so her son wouldn't be put at risk.
We were very worried. We didn't go out anywhere except the hospital.
As part of his treatment, Adi needs regular blood tests, and that would often mean being in a crowded hospital collection clinic with many other patients. But not anymore. Dedicated SA pathology centres have just opened up, especially for immunocompromised and vulnerable patients.
It does save us a lot of time and a lot of mental stress.
It puts me at ease. You don't have to wear a mask and everything. Here it's really easy. It's normally empty and I just come in because there's booked times.
It's specifically designed to reduce the exposure to infection, particularly COVID, but for that matter, any form of infection.
There's 3 clinics at Hyde Park, Elizabeth and Mile End. All offer finger prick tests for children, which isn't always the case at regular centres.
It's a lot quicker, it's a lot less painful, and the children find it a lot less intimidating.
While the clinics were set up in response to COVID-19, if there's the demand, they might continue to operate beyond the pandemic.
It might be a better way of doing pathology services in the years ahead.
Elise Baker, 7 News.
Some statues representing Europe's colonial past are being torn down as Black Lives Matter protests target imperialists linked to the slave trade. But one statue at Oxford University of a man who helped educate Australian Prime Ministers will remain standing for now.
In genteel Oxford, a long-term student campaign finds new momentum, calling for the removal of a statue of Cecil Rhodes, the controversial colonialist in southern Africa, now seen here as a racist.
Rhodes represents such a violent legacy of colonialism, imperialism, slavery.
His bequest funded the establishment of the Rhodes Scholarship that helped 3 Australian Prime Ministers and a US President study at Oxford.
In my estimation, I'd say a majority of students within the college would oppose keeping it up there.
A statue falling is not going to contribute anything to the progress and the prosperity of black people.
After the toppling of a statue of a slave trader in Bristol on the weekend, there was further flashes of confrontation today at the statue of Winston Churchill at Westminster as the Black Lives Matter campaign takes on a new edge in a city of monuments. The mayor here has now set up a review into London's statues and street names, and specifically their links to slavery, but he says the statue of Winston Churchill will be protected. Some are already being removed. And in Antwerp, a statue of the Belgian King Leopold II, whose brutal rule of the Congo resulted in millions of deaths, was taken down as another country confronts its past. In London, Hugh Whitfeld, 7 News.
Kids at the Women's and Children's Hospital were treated to a special visit from some of their favourite superheroes today. After cleaning the windows, Iron Man and Batman tried some tricks and flips in a bid to cheer up the young patients inside.
Batman kind of kept them mucking up and made it funny.
At the end of the clean, we put on a bit of a show for the sick kids, and it's just a great thing to do.
Normally, the superheroes would also venture into the wards, but due to COVID-19, they had to stay outside. Still to come on 7 News, Hidden Killer, the disturbing findings of a landmark study into cholesterol. Farewell to an SA football legend, remembering the life of Bob Hammond. And in our Flashback segment, we return to the dawn of 10-pin bowling in Adelaide. For your official local source of COVID-19 information and the range of support services available, go to sa.gov.au.
The boys are back.
I'm going to show you a clip which involves Collingwood fans. A warning, there is graphic content here, and children, you may want to leave the room. Collingwood fans, not a Mensa meeting.
New front bar tonight on 7.
It's Java Subaru's end of financial year sale.
All new and demo Subarus priced to clear and all come with the big high five.
That's up to 5 years factory warranty, 5 years roadside assist, 5 years capped price servicing, 5-star and cap safety, $500 of free genuine accessories.
That's a big high five with every new and demo Subaru.
Demo MY20 Forester P, 34,888. Demo Impreza S Hatch, just 28,888.
Better hurry, only while stocks last.
From June 1, in line with expert health advice and to help support local businesses and jobs, COVID-19 restrictions will further ease. Social distancing still applies. Visit sa.gov.au. Keeping SA safe and strong.
One look at South Australia's CTP choices shows that SGIC wears the state colours on their sleeve. The wonders of data, eh? Choose SGIC, helping South Australians since 1972.
I can remember the doctor coming in, better say goodbye to him, Your whole life stops.
They told us to say goodbye to him. And that was a tough day, but he came back. It's changed a lot since Red's had the stroke. The support we get from ECH has just been tremendous. To have that extra help has helped us for him to be able to stay home.
Looking for a used car? Then get the Jarvis Jeps Cross. It's Adelaide's biggest range of used cars at the one location. You're bound to find what you want at just the right price.
Barina LS Auto, 10,888. Kia Sportage, 12,888. Mustang GT Auto, 54,888.
All with the Jarvis free 3-year unlimited kilometre warranty.
Pajero GLX Diesel, 26,888. 2017 Camry Auto, 13,888. Mirage Auto, 9,888. Jarvis Jeps Cross.
Hurry! It's 5 p.m. Saturday.
The Posture Care Chair Company has been making chairs locally, employing South Australians for over 40 years. Our patented comfort technology is internationally recognized in aged care seating, allowing us to build a chair to address your exact needs and guarantees you comfort like no other. Every chair is uniquely tailor-made. And right now, get $400 trade-in on your old chair. Experience the bespoke difference. The Posture Care Chair Company, the best seat in the house.
Time for Flashback now, and tonight we're heading back to the 60s when 10-pin bowling was all the rage. South Australians couldn't get enough of the imported American sport, sweaty share shoes and all.
AMF 10-pin bowling brings you this program direct from the Crossroad Bowl, South Australia's first fully automatic 10-pin bowling centre.
You know something's a big deal when you not only have the Premier there, but an Olympic champion.
There she is, Dawn Fraser in lane number 4, sending down the golden ball at the opening of the new Crossroad Bowling Centre. There it goes. It's a 7 down out of the 10. Dawn Fraser.
It was a great sport at the time, and it really took over by storm.
Port Adelaide great Jeff Motley is best known for his achievements on the footy field.
Their attack is jolted by 30-year-old Motley's great mark.
But it turns out he was also pretty handy at knocking down pins.
There goes Jeff Motley.
He was a special guest to the Crossroad opening in 1961.
I think that I'll be one of the regulars out this way. It gets you, doesn't it? Yes, it's a real disease more than a sport, I think. What a wonderful disease to have.
I used to go once or twice a week and try and have a roll them down and see if I could get a bit better. I had my moments at times.
We go bowling, 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 my baby and me.
The sport took off here after being huge in the US.
Tall or short, thin or fat, the idea is to knock the pins down, not the alley. Some knock themselves down, and watch out for splinters.
Well, you had to book in advance to regularly get a spot at a certain time.
Well, it's only 5 shillings a game, and as you'll find later, you can have as many as 21 bowls in a game.
What else was there around in the 60s that you could do as a group?
Rob Kusenza also caught the disease, setting him in pursuit of that perfect score of 300.
You never think you're going to bowl a 300. That's 12 strikes in a row.
But he did, then quit. The sport rapidly spread across the city and suburbs, its promoters even promising Adelaide a cure to social ills.
It has been fairly uniform, not only in the States but in other countries of the world, that these 10-pin bowling centres are a tremendous help in combating juvenile delinquency.
Two of the world's most famous bowlers came not from Adelaide but from Bedrock.
Just keep your eye on the ball, Bonnie boy.
Good role models? Maybe not, according to Rob.
I tried a couple of times to bowl like Fred Felicity, it doesn't work.
How fantastic to see the late Kevin Crease there as well. Well, it seems even suffering a heart attack isn't enough to shock many Australians into looking after their cholesterol. A landmark study has found many patients are not taking the threat seriously, and women are most at risk.
After suffering a heart attack, Sophie Henderson needed to lower her cholesterol. But healthy eating, exercise and even quitting smoking was the easy part.
I was prescribed a lot of medications, like all of a sudden I had, 8 tablets in my hand.
Sophie didn't always take her medication or visit the doctor, resulting in a second heart attack in her early 50s. New research says her complacency is very common.
80% of people started on a cholesterol-lowering medication, but only about 50% of them reached the target level.
The study found we're good at treating heart attacks, but not at preventing them from recurring.
I think there may be a belief that somebody's had a problem and they've started on a cholesterol-lowering medication, that's all that needs to be done.
Levels need to be continuously monitored by patients and their doctor. Experts say more than 3,500 lives could be saved if Australians kept on top of their cholesterol levels, as well as $66.6 million in healthcare costs. For Sophie, that means extra time with her growing family.
And I'm really, really keen to be around for my next 2 children to have their children.
Jodie Lee, 7 News.
$6.3 billion is the staggering amount of money Australian banks have made by refusing to pass on interest rate cuts to credit card holders. Coming up, what you can do to turn the tables and make some savings. Don't miss that story soon on 7 News. Inaugural Adelaide Crows chairman Bob Hammond has been remembered as a courageous champion of South Australian football and one of life's true gentlemen. He was emotionally farewelled at the Adelaide Oval by family and friends after a remarkable career which spanned 6 decades on and off the field.
He taught me, he coached me, and most of all, he believed in me. He had many bullets in his belt, but he rarely fired the gun. The look, you knew. We all knew the look.
Mr Hammond passed away last Saturday at the age of 78 after a battle with Parkinson's disease. And commiserations to the family there. A great man who'll be much missed by the football.
Yeah, absolutely. A lovely man too, but gee, his footprint across football in administration, playing, everything is quite remarkable, and he was a part of that 1963 team, probably the greatest South Australian team of all time against the Vics.
Wowee. Fancy you knowing that. Now, there'll be some new faces in the Crows lineup come Saturday.
Yeah, there's some, well, perhaps Generation Next, if you like. Matty Nix is going to get a look at them. We'll tell you who they will be next. Also coming up, we're one-on-one with Ollie Wines. His shoulder's good to go, and he's fired a barb at the Crows ahead of the showdown. Tiger Jack Higgins set to make a fairy tale return after fears he'd never play again. And Swiss tennis star Roger Federer pulls the pin on 2020.
We love being surprised. We love acts we've never seen before. Without people like you, we have no show.
This is what I want to see when I watch America's Got Talent.
We weren't expecting that.
Does your mother know you do this?
Gotta blow us away.
It's awesome on steroids.
You blew the roof off!
New America's Got Talent, next Wednesday on 7.
When the road calls, here's the very best way to answer. The BMW X3 S-Drive 20i from $69,900 drive away. Joy is coming.
Lux Bathroom's end of financial year sale is on now. All acrylic baths, just $9.99. 30% off all vanities, 30% off all tapware. In fact, 30% off everything store-wide. Lux Bathroom's end of financial year sale on now.
Which would you rather? Spend your life renewing insurance policies or stick a stake down your budgies and go swimming with sharks? Well, if you're choosing the sharks, you need a Hug. Hug brings your different insurance needs into one single policy. With just one premium and one renewal a year, Hug can save you 20% on comparable covers. It'll change the way you feel about insurance. Have a Hug. One policy, one premium, one big sigh of relief.
Right now, Fairmont are offering better value than ever. Build today and for no extra cost, receive 2.7 high ceilings, bathroom and kitchen upgrades, plus free air. So get more than you ever imagined. It's affordable at Fairmont.
So why do we travel? Is it to relax? To check out or in? Is it to get to know someone? Everyone? To seek new thrills, chase the sun or stop you in your tracks? So whether you choose to tread the path less trodden or take in your dream destinations, they'll be there waiting for you to rediscover. In a world standing still, let's keep dreaming and planning. And when you're ready, Phil Hoffman Travel is here for you.
Cassini House for Adelaide's best granite, marble and engineered stone bench tops. All in the one place. Cassini House.
All my dreams are coming true.
Hi, Peter. What can I get you?
Just some beef mince, please.
Just some beef mince. Tell me, was Bradman just a cricketer, Peter?
Don Bradman was the greatest.
I hear, Bill.
Did Kate just do a spot of telly?
And I suppose your mum Denise makes just a bolognese.
Peter.
Okay. I'll have some beef mince, please.
Great choice. Because
our beef's the greatest meat on earth.
Hello again. Well, 7 News understands the Crows will pick up the 3 fresh faces for Saturday night's showdown. Theo Doropoulos joins us now. Theo, Matty Nix is going to take a look at his next generation.
He is absolutely going to do that, Soda. Now, it's understood Ben Keys and Ben Crocker are in line for their club debuts, while Ned McHenry is in the frame to replace the suspended Tyson Stengel. Now, McHenry was pick 16 in the 2017 draft, but has been hampered by injuries since he's been picked up. But he is an endurance beast. He's quick and has been lively as a small forward with a bit of high pressure. Keys and Crocker have impressed. Unfortunately, Shane McAdam won't quite get the nod. He's still got a bit of work to do physically. Tom Duday should also return. Meanwhile, with his new best friend in tow, Ollie Wines says his shoulder's good to go after some heavy knocks at training. He's ready for a return to AFL football.
I took a big one on Saturday from Tommy Jonas, and I think he's probably the barometer to test against. He ran into me, tried and tackled him, and I actually shrugged him off, so I was pretty happy with that.
All that's left is for Ken Hinkley to give him the nod for Saturday night's showdown.
I think I'm ready for that. Whether the coaches and selection committee agree on that remains to be seen, but as I said, all I can do is continue to train well and do that tomorrow and continue to put my name forward.
It's been a testing 3-week training block for Wines and the Power, with only one thing on their minds.
It's always nice to see the Crows below us on the ladder, whatever time of year it is. Round 2 in June, if we can be 2 and zip and them 0 and 2, yeah, that would work for us.
And Wines wasn't surprised former teammate Billy Frampton is already rocking the boat at Westlakes.
I probably didn't get into any physical altercations with Bill, but I got into a lot of verbal throughout training. Usually if someone bites back at that, it gets physical, which he loves it. But yeah, no, there's not many I've heard better on the lip than Framer.
And leftover Crows and Power players will play a scratch match at Adelaide Oval on Saturday afternoon. Theodoropoulos, 7 News.
Well, Richmond's Jack Higgins will play his first game in a year. He's overcome brain surgery and will tackle the Pies. Basher Hawley's also in. Just one change for Collingwood. Darcy Cameron will make his Pies debut. Mason Cox has been omitted. And Harley Bennell will play his first game for the Demons.
After more than 1,000 days in the footy wilderness, Harley Bennell is officially back.
But there is one more guy that's going to play his first game, and it's Harley Bennell.
Doubts over countless calf setbacks still linger, but a strong bond with the coach has helped prepare the delisted Docker for Saturday's return against Carlton.
Goody's been like another father for me.
Jager O'Meara looked impressive in light drills at Hawthorn but didn't train fully. He's had a fractured eye socket. The problem for Hawthorn, it's his skull, and if he re-injured it, he'd face up to 12 weeks out. Essendon's match committee is meeting as we speak. Dyson Heppel trained, but he's underdone and no guarantee with his finger and foot issues. 350 fans will be allowed through the SCG gates. The same number are also allowed to attend the Giants game against North Melbourne. Nikki Barnett, 7 News.
17 days out from the SANFL season starting, debutant Eagles coach Jade Sheedy has a full list to choose from. Woodville West Torrens is looking to bounce back after missing finals last year for the first time in a decade. And Sheedy believes the delayed start to the season will have an impact.
I think the game might be a little bit slower, just due to the fact that we had that 8-week block where we didn't do much training. So there'll be some adjustment throughout the year, but I think one thing's for sure is everyone will be ready to go round 1.
The SANFL is expected to release its new 14-round draw in the next few days. Well, South Australian soccer legend Damien Morris says he's ready to take the next step in his coaching career and is interested in the vacant head coaching job at Adelaide United.
Damien Morris is used to building houses, but if he has it his way, his next challenge will be building a championship-winning A-League side.
I've put a lot of time into local football. I've spent time learning the craft of coaching, and you go in NPL to prove yourself as a coach. And I think if you're getting the results on the board and you're doing the right process, I think you need to be looked at.
Morris, who is currently the coach of White City, won 3 NSL championships as a player and 4 SA NPL titles as the coach of Adelaide City.
I think it's not a job. You know, I look at coaching, it's a passion. So for me, I've got a job. We played with Adelaide City in the early days. I played with Perth Glory here, scored, again, hat-trick against Adelaide United at the time, scored the fastest goal in the world at the time. So High Match is a wonderful stadium.
The Reds have fielded inquiries from around the world to replace Gert-Jan Verbeek, but with no date set for the start of next year's A-League season, they say they're in no rush to appoint a new coach.
I think I'm ready. If the opportunity comes, I'd love it. If it doesn't, I'd hope that someone from South Australia got it.
Robbie Cornthwaite, 7 News.
Well, Olivia Simmons, the sister of basketball superstar Ben Simmons, has launched a stinging attack on the sport's governing body.
I want to call out Basketball Australia. Just plain and simple. You guys have always been racist. That's no surprise. You guys have never really wanted to see people succeed. I mean, we saw it firsthand with my brother, you know. That's why he left the country.
Olivia Simmons also called on Basketball Australia to take a stand against racism too. Roger Federer has suffered an injury setback and won't return to the court in 2020. The 38-year-old was forced to have more surgery on his right knee and now says he plans to take the necessary time to be 100% ready to play at his highest level. This Swiss ace looking forward to seeing everyone back on the tour at the start of next year. And a peck on a journalist's cheek has landed NRL star Benji Marshall in hot water. The West Tigers co-captain approached Channel 7 chief rugby league reporter Michelle Bishop this morning and failed to adhere to social distancing guidelines. Bishop has since been tested for COVID-19 and Marshall is in quarantine. Once the all clear is given, Marshall will be allowed to return to the club. had a chat to our sports reporters too, Jane. I said, clear of the Crows and the Port boys in that manner.
You watch out too. You make sure you don't get too close to Taylor or Ollie. Stay with us after the break. How you can turn the tables on Australian banks refusing to pass on rate cuts. And after our cold snap, more chilly conditions ahead. Weather details next.
Thanks to Light and Easy, Australians of all ages can enjoy their choice of delicious, nutritious meals in the comfort and safety of their own home. Especially those at a greater health risk during these times. If you or someone close to you could benefit by having Light and Easy meals delivered safely with our contactless delivery service, visit lightandeasy.com.au or call us on 13 15 12.
There are many names for people living in rural areas. There's Sparkies, Chippies, Fireys and Bikies. Whatever the name, it can be harsh living on the land. But Olympic Industries carports, verandas, garages and sheds are tougher than most. And if they're strong enough out here, they'll be strong enough anywhere. And now you can enjoy massive savings across our entire range. It's Olympic Industries' end of financial year sale. Don't miss out. Order now. Olympic Industries. Built to last.
Make your home beautiful with furniture from Harvey Norman. We have a huge range of quality choices and exclusive designs. Fabric and leather lounges, flexible family-friendly modulars, manual or powered recliners, sofas with the latest smart tech built in, dining suites to complement a classic or bold contemporary look, plus the very best of Australian-made lounge and dining furniture, customizable to suit your style. Shop smart, shop safe in our spacious stores and take advantage of 60 months interest-free. Available now at Harvey Norman, your furniture specialist.
But to do, all this here's got to be painted again.
Gee.
I lowered all my door frames by 2 feet, just as an epic reminder that Aldi are having their special buys.
You can't miss that.
Hey, precisely.
Turn your doorway into an epic reminder for this Saturday and get a clothes dryer for $249, a stainless steel dishwasher for $299 and a bar fridge for $99.99. Only at Aldi. Good. Different.
We'll never get through this.
I know. Home loan applications.
Try Bank SA's paperless application. Yep.
Oh, and their lowest personalised rate up front.
What about all this?
Look at this. All right, time to fight, people. It's clean glass. Darren?
Australians of all ages are choosing Light and Easy. Light and Easy can even assist those on aged care home care packages. If you or someone close to you could benefit by having healthy meals delivered, call us on 13 15 12.
The power's in your hands and at your feet. The BMW 320i sedan from 69,900 drive away. Joy is coming.
This is for you, my son. What am I supposed to do? Stay.
Go on. You know you want to.
Come home to Home and Away. Weeknights on 7.
This weather report brought to you by the BMW 3 Series.
Australia's banks, big and small, have been slammed for continuing to gouge customers with high credit card rates. Consumer advocate Choice estimates in the past decade they've cost us more than $6 billion.
While the official cash rate has fallen to a record low 0.25%, credit card rates remain stubbornly high. Some well over 20%. Choice claims the difference means $6.3 billion has been lifted from our pockets over the last decade.
Most people are confused about how credit cards work, and banks take advantage of that confusion.
He says it's disappointing for an industry that should be winning our trust after a scathing Royal Commission. While the cash rate has fallen 1.75% since 2016, many cards rates have gone up, some by 2% or more. Several now charging over 20%. Experts say people need to focus on that rate.
People are buying premium cards for the frequent flyer points rather than paying attention to the interest rate.
Banks argue that credit cards are effectively unsecured loans and assume a higher risk for the lender.
The banks insist the credit card market is fiercely competitive. They say the more expensive cards offer features like travel insurance or rewards. But if you don't want these extras, there are rates as low as 10%.
And more grief. Slater and Gordon today launching class action against the Commonwealth over junk credit card and personal loan insurance. The law firm says the policies were worthless and customers should get their money back. Gemma Acton, 7 News.
Now, with Amelia on leave this week, it's time for the weather. And as mentioned earlier, we shivered through our coldest June morning in 75 years today, dropping to just 0.9 in the city. It then slowly warmed up to a sunny top of 15.1 this afternoon. The coldest parts of the state were, surprise, surprise, Yunta with minus 4.4, Murray Bridge minus 3.5 and the Barossa and Clare with minus 3. Top temperatures range from 11.7 at Mount Lofty up to 23 at Moomba. Responsible for our cold nights and sunny days is a combination of light winds, clear skies and the high pressure system to our east. But winds are predicted to pick up on Friday as a cold front moves in, bringing showers on Saturday and for the Showdown. Interstate tomorrow, a possible storms forecast for Perth, a shower or two for Brisbane, 24 degrees, cold down in Melbourne with early fog and showers in Hobart, just a chilly 12 their top. Back home, mild and mostly sunny in our north, 23 again for Moomba and 22 in Maree. Severe morning frosts are expected in parts of the Riverland. A very cold morning for the south, followed by tops of 15 for Kangaroo Island, 14 for Mount Gambier and going down to 13 for Robe. A frost warning's been issued for the Mount Lofty Ranges, Mid-North, Riverland, Murraylands and Upper South East districts. It should remain calm on local waters with northeasterlies 5 to 10 knots becoming variable in the afternoon with seas below half a metre. In the city, another chilly start, 2 degrees, then warming up under mostly sunny skies to a top of 16. Looking ahead, more sunshine on Friday, but windy with showers on Saturday, a possible shower again on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, then mostly sunny again by Wednesday. That's all the news for now. I'll have updates through the evening and the latest is after the front bar. Good night.